Scores are here. Good morning. If it's morning where you are, it's we're going to take a look at the predictions for Sunday, February 20th. And let's start with Iona. We're just going to get right through this thing. Iona hosting Fairfield, laying 12.5 is the line. Let's see if it's still the line. Let's see if it's still 12.5, because I would like to take Iona here, but it's down to 11.5. Okay. 11.5. You say 11, so we're going to take that 11.5, but it's not going to change our play. Yeah, not going to change our play. So we've got Fairfield as a dog here. We'll take that 11.5. So nothing really changes. So Houston at Wichita State laying 6.5. We say we love Houston. We say Houston's gonna have no problem, and it's still 6.5. So we're still taking Houston here. This one surprised me. What's going on? Wisconsin hosting Michigan. Now I'm almost certain Michigan's going to do the lay an egg thing, right? Bring our Z game, sit back and get beat. You can beat us by 20 if you want. I'm almost certain they're going to do that because that's just how the Big Ten rolls, man. Hey, if you're at home, we're not going to try hard. It just seems like that's how it is. Maybe that perception is wrong, but I sure see a lot of it in the Big Ten. So Wisconsin at home, so say no more. Michigan said, well, we're not going to play hard. But the line's 2.5. And wow, I'm kind of surprised that these teams prepare so closely. If they play hard, I think Michigan makes a game of it, and it gets inside that 2.5. So Michigan's our play here. Let's see if the line has changed. 2.5 still, so it stays the same. There was no line last night on this game. NJIT at Maine, and Maine has one victory on the year, and then I thought, well, okay, I'll come and get it. It's going to be 13, 14, 15 because NJIT, and it's 1.5. And I thought, oh, that's insulting, man. We got it a 12-point game. NJIT at Maine, we got it a 12-point game, and it's 1.5, and that's the line. So we think that's going to be a pretty easy victory. Providence at Butler laying 3.5. We say 13. Let's take a look. It's still half. Just for fun, I want to look at Providence because, well, I'm not going to take too much time here. I think something's been off a little bit with them. I'm looking at the micro. Yeah, well, I mean, I shouldn't sound the alarm. I lost to Villanova. But they should have beat DePaul by more than 3. Yeah, I mean, this is what they should have done to DePaul. And then it went into a loss. And this, well, St. John's is another story because look at St. John's. What's going on with St. John's, man? Well, again, it's the micro. They beat Xavier by 13 and then crushed Butler. They're scoring tons of points, St. John's is. And so it might be St. John's getting good and Providence staying the same or maybe dropping off. I don't know. It just felt like something was a little off with Providence because, I mean, good Lord, look at they're in the Big East and they're 21-3. Okay. It's a really spectacular team. And so you notice the little things when they appear. All right. So Providence at Butler laying 3.5. Let's see if it's still 3. It is still 3.5. So Providence our play. Wright State at Detroit laying a 0.5 point. So 0.5 point on the road. And it's been bet up to 1.5. So let's see what that does to us. So now we're going to keep it at a 0.5 point. Yeah, we like that play. I think Wright State's going to go into Detroit and beat them. We say by 5. This one I hope the line changes because I'm not happy with this play. Central Florida hosting East Carolina, laying 9.5. We say 7. That might be too many points. We say 7. So we're taking East Carolina, but I don't want to take East Carolina. Now it's down to 8.5. And we're not going to take it because it's not going to flip our pick. And I want to make it hard on UCF, who I know is going to. Well, I guess I don't know. But here's the situation. Good team, really good team. Pretty mediocre team. So we're chasing the good team. We're on the road, right? That's probably the weakest play you can make is bet the weaker team on the road against the home dog that's superior, okay? Even though that's a lot of points, I still don't like that play. I just don't like it. But it paid off for us yesterday. There was one case where it did pay off. We did take them, and it did work. Purdue Fort Wayne at Milwaukee, 3.5. We say 9. Let's see if that's gone up. I bet it went up. No, it's still 3.5. So that's our play. We're going to keep Purdue Fort Wayne. Here's a money line that Northern Iowa. Ooh, this game's interesting. Northern Iowa hosting Missouri State, laying 1.5. They're only favored because they're on the road. Because Missouri State's got great numbers. Great numbers. We say by 8, right? So we say the dog wins the game. Let's see what's happened to this line. Still 1.5. That's insanity. I mean, Northern Illinois is a good team, but let's go look at Missouri State's numbers, man. Here's Missouri State's numbers right next to Northern Iowa. I think I said Northern Illinois. It's Northern Iowa. So they're 19-8. They've scored 2,062, and they've scored 200 more points than they've allowed. Here's Northern Iowa, 60 points more than they allowed. They're 14-10, and yeah, they're at home. But I like these numbers. These are really good numbers. So we're going to take Missouri State on the road to beat Northern Iowa, and that's a money line. And I don't know why not. And we're going to take that 1.5. And we're going to turn it around. We're going to flip the script. We're going to use that 1.5 against Vegas, right? That's what we do, because when the home team is favored and the better team is on the road in the dog, and we make it a money line, but we have to say that the dog is going to win the game, right? And we make it a money line. That better team's now getting 1.5, okay? Now, the inferior team must win and cover by the 1.5. If they win at all. So we like using the weapon known as the point spread by Vegas. We like using that weapon against them. Okay, Marist at home to Quinnipiac wins 6.5. We say by 7. See if that line's moved. It's down to 5.5. Ooh, it's okay. It went down a point. And we because I'd rather beat them by 5.5 and 6.5. It would just be easier on Marist. Well, we like that play. Manhattan hosting Rider, laying 2.5. And the MAC is pretty unpredictable. The MAAC, Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. And it's a really fascinating league to watch because they're also closely paired that, there's another MAC game. 2.5, we say 1, half point, Vegas is half point. They're also closely paired, with Iona being the one team that you can't say that about, but everyone else is really closely paired. So they're always tight games. So the line's 2.5. We say Manhattan by 1. So we're taking it, and I like that play. Now it's up to 2.5. No, it stays 2.5. Okay. So that's our play. Nothing changed. We're going to keep it. St. Peter's at Siena laying 0.5 point. We say 7. St. Peter's is now laying 1.5. So we're going to keep that at half. So we're going to decline that gift from Vegas. Thanks, Vegas. Thank you, no. Cincinnati hosting Temple. I don't like this play. I'd rather be on this side of the line. 6.5 is the line. We say 6, and the computer's been pretty good about these things. But here again, we have the inferior team. We're betting that they're going to go play the better team and not lose by the spread. So we're hoping the spread, me personally, I hope the spread goes down so we can flip that. And it's 6.5 still. So it looks like that's we're gonna stick with this pick Temple. I'm not excited about it. George Mason at Fordham. Laying 5.5, we say 7. I think it's going to be more than 7. And it's down to 4.5. So we're going to take that little present and we're going to take that. We're going to play it. So the pot just got sweeter for George Mason. Cleveland State at Green Bay, 9.5's the line. It's going to be a rout. And it is still 9.5. Okay. No, okay. So this is a money line. Creighton hosting Marquette. And I just checked, and it's now down to 0.5 point. And we're going to decline. We're going to keep the bet slip from last night when we bought this. Creighton laying 1.5 to Marquette. We say Marquette on the road beats Creighton by 4, so it's a money line. The line's down to 0.5 point. We're going to decline it. It doesn't matter. We'll take it. We'll take it just in case Marquette doesn't win. We only have to cover 0.5 point rather than 1.5. So yeah, we should take it. It doesn't flip the pig. So yeah, we're going to take that. Memphis, surprisingly better than SMU. I got to say, I was surprised. Memphis at SMU laying 2.5. That's crazy talk. But we agreed, and it's still 2.5. So nobody came in and bet that the other way. I think SMU is going to be the play here, but we can't change it because we do what the computer says. Oakland hosting Northern Kentucky laying 4.5. We say it's by 5. I think it's going to be by more than 5. Oakland needs to shake whatever they're going through. They need to get over it because they were good, really, really good. All year long, they've been fantastic. But in the micro, they started with a loss at Milwaukee. And Milwaukee, folks, is not good. Something happened. But then they had 3 losses in a row. Very unlike, they're all on the road, but very unlike Oakland. And then bounced back against a couple bad teams. And then Wright State got them the other day. So, if we go up, Oakland's been really solid all year long. And this is weird that 3 games in a row is under territory for Oakland. But we carry those good numbers forward. And it's time for Oakland at home to shake the doldrums and knock Northern Kentucky off. So we're going to keep that. Let's see if that line changed. And it's still 4.5. New Mexico at San Jose State laying 6.5. We say it's going to be by 14. It's down to 5.5. And we like that. We'll take that. Makes it easier for us to win. Loyola of Maryland hosting Lehigh laying 4.5. We say the computer says 4, so Lehigh is our play unless the line changes. It's still 4.5. So we're going to keep that play. Hartford hosting Stony Brook. Hartford's not Hartford of a couple years ago. Laying 1.5. We say Stony Brook wins the game. So it's a money line, and let's see if that line has changed. It's up to 2.5. Hartford now laying 2.5. So, wow, we'll take that, right? Because even if we lose the money line, we saw the conventional bet. And let me think this one through. So it was 1.5, right? Let me go back. And if we make it 2.5, it's actually harder on Stony Brook. We'll keep that at 1.5. Purdue hosting Rutgers, 12.5 line, and it's still 12.5. We like Purdue at home, obviously, so we're going to take that. Bellarmine hosting Jacksonville State, laying 1.5. Oh, we beg to differ. I like Bellarmine, but Jackson State's the way better team here. It's a money line, and we're going to take Jackson State, Jacksonville State. It's a similar situation to Hartford. It's up to 2.5 now. And do we want to take that 2.5? If we took 2.5, it would make it harder for Jacksonville So we're going to keep that 1.5, just like we did back here. USC hosting Washington State. The line's 5.5. We say it's 6 points. It's now 7.5. Wow, went up 2 full points. If it goes 7.5, that flips the pick over to Washington State, and I don't like that play. Listen, I'm a big Cougar fan, but against USC at home, I don't want to beat Washington State. No way. I'm going to keep that 5.5, and we're going to keep USC. Okay, Missouri at home, hosting Mississippi State, laying 4.5. We say Mississippi State by 10. I want to show you something. Missouri has been terrific at home, okay? Awful on the road, but really good at home. Like beat Alabama good at home. Here it is. They beat Alabama. Let's look at their home games. Okay, lost to Wichita State early on in the season. They beat SMU, lost to Florida State by a ton. Well, yeah, no, these were home games. Lost to Wichita State, Eastern Illinois. Should have been by more, but beat Utah, lost to Illinois as probably expected, beat Alabama, lost to Texas A&M. Look at that, a 1-point game with Auburn, 1-point game with Florida, and then Arkansas and Ole Miss snapped. Well, they beat Ole Miss at home, and then Arkansas snapped it, this home thing, and looks like we got to put this game in here, and I'll get that done. But now they're at to Mississippi State, and so there's a chance that Missouri does pull this out because they do have a strong history of being a good home team. But just strictly by the numbers, Mississippi State cruises into Missouri and comes out with a 10-point victory and covers, and the line hasn't changed. So that's a prediction for Sunday. Wish us well, folks. We really need some help. We are, I'm sorry. This take just a second, but I fixed this to show tonight's games, and I didn't update this. So let's go do that. This is the season which started December 28th. When I hereby did declare that we had enough data to get started to do our contest. And again, the contest is computer picks versus the Vegas line, okay? And we need data. And we were pretty poor in the beginning. You see, the first night we were 2-7. And we've just been, around 50%. Sometimes we get above 50%. Sometimes we're way below 50%, 8 wins, 26 losses. But on the year, we're 1,001 victories, 985 losses. And pardon me. But we do have 129 money line victories. We had 19 of them yesterday with 100,423,000 games. So we're doing well with the money lines. We just got to get this up. And, the whole issue is home court advantage. And we're getting to the end of the year, and we're going to start doing these postseason tournaments. And a lot of them are going to be neutral sites. And then, of course, the big tournament's going to be neutral site, and all the other tournament, the NIT, so forth. It's all neutral site, and that favors us in a big way. So this whole thing has been building up to the big tournament. I just want to do really well in the big tournament, and I have in the past. And I want to give you the brackets that the computer says, and I've won office polls using this and that type of thing. So it's good to pay attention to it. Now, tonight, after all the games, we're going to reset the rankings. And we haven't done that in a week. And you can see they've kind of jostled a little bit. We're looking at this. We want the lower the number, the better, right? So, obviously, Houston has a lower number than Baylor. And, UCLA is going to move up. So we'll reset these tonight after Sunday's action. So make sure you tune into the Sunday night recap show. And we'll just take it from there. So anyways, folks, that'll do it for now. I hope you like these picks, and you can consider them when you go make your bets today, what the computer is suggesting. So that's the whole point of this show. All right, folks, we'll end it here, and we'll see you tonight on the recap. All right, take care. Bye-bye.